Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good night, the Honorable Director, Mr. Afifi, and all my beloved friends. Let me introduce myself. I'm Chahyanti Choliffah, and here I would like to present a resume journal article. And the title of this journal is Enhancing College Students' Reading Comprehension Through Critical Reading by Nisa Fitri and Yeti Zainal, published by English Language Teaching Study Program of FBS Padang State University. The next is introduction. Reading is one of the four skills in English that should be mastered by students. For students who involved in academic life, reading is very useful in order to obtain information and knowledge. Reading comprehension can be defined as reading to process the text, understand the meaning, and integrate with students' background knowledge. For English students, reading is absolutely crucial since they study English as a foreign language. They need to master good reading skill in order to get understanding from all sources they use to learn a language. It will be difficult for the students to understand and master other three skills: speaking, listening, and writing, if they do not have the ability in reading critically. This is due to the fact that the material used to learn the three skills are also present in English. Reading comprehension has many advantages, but reading comprehension is not easy as it should. To have the comprehension ability, students should be trained to be able actively participate in learning process. The first, there are many difficult words in the text, so it is hard to comprehend the text. Having a limited vocabulary will make students face a problem in comprehending the written ideas. The second is, as you know, the reading comprehension is a process, so it's not something that can be got instantly. So it can be said that critical reading can enhance students' reading comprehension. The next is discussion. Number one is teaching preparation. The first is authenticity. The authentic text can help students to learn in English context, not in their native language. If the teacher uses authentic text, the student will be advanced by realizing that the language they are learning is English, not Indonesian, translate literally to English. In addition, students will be able to see not only the written expression of the text, but also the culture behind the text, which is English culture. The second is up to date. The teacher can find many different types of text under different topics on any search. For example, there are so many examples of text provided on the internet or on a reading book. However, the teacher should put much consideration in taking the example from it since the example of the text note is the one which discuss the current issue. And the last is level consideration. Text level should also be considered by the teacher. Choose a text which is appropriate for the student's level. Number two is teaching activity. The first is pre-teaching. In this stage, the students are prepared by the teacher so that they will be ready to learn. The first thing that the teacher should do is to greet the student like hello, good morning, class, and so on. After the teacher grades the student, the next thing to do is motivating the student. After the students are motivated enough and they are ready to study, it is time for the teacher to start reviewing previous material. And the second is with wishlist teaching. The first is previewing. In this stage, the goal to achieve is that the student can preview the text physically. And the second is contextualizing. In this stage, the students are asked to read the whole text. Is that the point? Number third is questioning to understand and remember. In this stage, the teacher asks students to read the text for a second time. Now it's time for them to ask their own self about everything coming to their minds while they are reading. The fourth is answering and evaluating an argument. In this stage, the teacher tries to encourage students to answer and evaluate their arguments got from the previous stage. The questions they have been written before are answered by themselves. And the last is writing summary. In this stage, the students are asked to write summary based on results of their thought in the previous stage. And number three is post-teaching activity. In this stage, the teacher reflects what the students have learned in the meeting. Both teacher and the student discuss the achievement of the process of critical reading student did in order to make sure if the students really involved in the process of critical reading is by reviewing some of the students' summaries. So the conclusion about this journal is, as it is known, college students always work by doing much reading in order to get sorts of information and knowledge which then will process. The process leads to students understanding about the subject matters they are learning. Critical reading is one way to help students in reading comprehension because it is a language skill students need to acquire if they are to attain effective knowledge in language education. In doing this, some stage of activities are done. Previewing, contextualizing, questioning to understand and remember, answering and evaluating an argument, and writing summary. These sequences of activity help students in complex process, starting from easy step to the most complex one. Thus, this activity engages students in critical reading. And the last is opinion. I think this article really provides broad insight for teachers so that they can provide appropriate learning in reading to students and provide knowledge to college students in engaging reading comprehension through critical reading. The critical reading process offered in this paper will not give students advantages if there is no preparation by the teacher about how to use it, especially in the way of how the teacher encouraged the student to think. So the teacher should have good preparation. And yeah, that's all my presentation. Thank you for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.